The short story competition attracted 441 entries from school children to adults. First years from 4 upwards received their awards for winner, runner-up and highly commended. Mike Nicholls won Best Adult Story in English with Arthur's Antics. And Sarah Salgado San Sebastián took the top prize in the Spanish category with La Experiencia De Sentir. But the overall prize, the Ministry of Culture Award, went to Amy Marie Montegriffo.
It feels amazing. I feel really, really honoured because I wrote this story thinking about my grandparents who have passed. So I'm really, really happy I've won for them, and I know they'd really, really enjoy this story. I think that they liked the fact that it was based on a stream of consciousness, so it's very, very based on your thoughts. It's very instinctual. It's based on thoughts I've had whilst walking to school. It's based on my own personal memories, and it's almost entirely autobiographical with minor adjustments. So I think that they really saw that and they really enjoyed that.
This year, a llanito category was introduced to highlight the importance of Gibraltar's multilingual roots.
It's a great honor to be able to participate with the llanito story. The addition of a llanito category to the competition, I think, it's something that will reinforce our culture. My story is basically inspired on the closure of the frontier back in the late 60s. I tried to basically imagine what must have been going through the minds of people when that happened, and also the sort of the human stories behind that. It is challenging because llanito is very often used in the domain of the family, the home, the setting of the home, social settings, and so on. So it is difficult. I mean, I think it'd be pretty hard to try and do something which was more sort of descriptive and so on. But it's still something that needs to be developed. I think it's something that we can work on, and I think llanito is at this very moment very much emerging. It's the beginning of a new language. So it's very exciting, I think, for us to actually be participants in this. So there's a lot of scope, I think, in the future for it.
Well, a good story has to be original. It has a lot of oomph behind it. It must be interesting. It must draw the reader in. Also, the language has to be creative and original. I think it has to be absorbing. When you start reading, I want to read more. I want to get to the end of it. I want to enjoy it. That makes it a good story, obviously. You know? This year, the special thing was the llanito story. We had Spanish, English as usual, but we also have some very, and I mean excellent llanito stories. The thing is, normally we tend to associate llanito with humor. You know, laid back, take it easy, have a good laugh. But these are very serious stories. One of them is a very tragic story about a mother dying on the other side of the front. You're doing a close front of your day, trying to get across to see the mother dying. That was a very serious story indeed. Another one was quite funny. Another one was very nostalgic.
Well, I'm really pleased. I think this really cements Gibraltarian literature in the heart of our community. We've had the English, the Spanish and the llanito in their own category. A lot of interest. We've got lots of things coming up. We're going to have a novella publication through the National Book Council, and we're looking at other ways to promote literature. And this just shows that the community is responding to all these initiatives, and it's wonderful for Gibraltarian identity and literature.
There was prize money for the 3 main category winners, with Amy Montegriffo donating hers to charity.
I'm going to be donating 50% of it to cancer relief, which my grandmother would have wanted, and 50% to Alzheimer's, which my grandfather would have wanted, because I wrote this story about them.
All the winning stories will be published in the Chronicle, who are the sponsors of the competition.